welcome to GoFor Lunch. And I see we have some very special people in here. Good morning, Stanley and Bob and the Phil and Phyllis show. And of course, our globetrotting community member, Leslie Ann, coming directly from rainy Amsterdam. That's pretty nice. And from, I'm sure it's not raining in Puerto Penasco, we have Gretchen. So glad to have you all on board. Going to have an interesting presentation today. So let's just get started, shall we? Oh, by the way, today is National Thrift Shop Day, in case you were wondering. I myself have been frequenting thrift shops a lot lately, mainly the Salvation Army, which I learned actually their thrift shops are closed at the moment, and Savers, because I've been getting rid of stuff. I haven't been buying anything. I just been going to the back door, not the front door. So this is National Thrift Shop Day, but that is not what we are here to talk about. No, we are here to talk about Apple One, which is a bundle of Apple services that Apple introduced not too long ago. So let's find out what that is all about. So we are here at Go for Lunch number 67. We do this every week. And our goal here is to make your technology work for you. And technology is our second name. You might say, I just thought of that. Go for Technology, and I'm Roger Harmon. If you're new here, please type new in the comments so we can get to know you. And I want to welcome everybody to our community, including Chris, Roger Wilco. Chris. Okay. So here is an Apple One overview. So as you may notice by the icons, there can be up to 6 different Apple services bundled with Apple One. So we're going to see how you might go about doing that. So the available Apple One services start off with Apple Music. So Apple Music has been around for a while. It's you get, I don't remember, 50 million songs, 100 million songs, a lot of songs. So you can have music wherever you are on your Apple devices with Apple Music. So you don't have to buy music anymore. You just rent music, basically, and they have something for everyone. Then there's one of my favorites, Apple TV Plus, which is original content created by Apple. There's a lot of good shows on Apple TV Plus, and we've talked about that, and we'll be talking about that in the future. For all you gamers out there, how many people are gamers out there? There's Apple Arcade, and if you're interested in looking into Apple Arcade, you'd have to tell me about it because I'm not a gamer. Then for all you news junkies, there's Apple News, which has the advantage of allowing you to access many newspapers and magazines without having to subscribe to each one. So it's a good way to keep up on what's happening without having to shell out money to all these different publications. The newcomer around here at the Apple One is the fitness app, where you can get videos from very high-level trainers, but the workouts are at different levels, so you can start out slow and build up. You don't have to worry about getting in there in the middle. You can start at the bottom and work up. So Apple Fitness is the newcomer. And then also included in the Apple One bundles is your storage, your iCloud storage. So there they are: music, TV, arcade, news, fitness, and iCloud. So how do you subscribe to Apple One services? Well, there's an individual plan, there's a family plan, and then there is the Premier plan. So that's the way you do it. You pick one of those, and we'll see how those work out. So first, the individual plan. So this includes music, TV Plus, arcade, and 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage. If you were to buy these separately, they would cost $6 more a month. So you're saving $6 by doing the Apple One Bundle individual plan. Then there is the family plan, same for, except on iCloud you get 200, count them, 200 gigabytes of storage. And so you're saving $8 over buying these all separately. And as you see here, you can share these with 5 other people. Now this is kind of curious. They don't say you can share it with 5 other family members. They say 5 other people. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more here in just a second. And then there is the top tier Premier. He's a poet and he don't know it. So not only do we have music, TV, arcade, and 2 terabytes, mucho data, but now we have the News Plus and the Fitness Plus. So you get everything. You get a lot of storage. So if you have a lot of pictures, for example, that might be a way to go, because in the iCloud storage, there's only 3 levels now. There's the free level, actually 4 levels if you count the measly 5 gigabytes of free. Then there's the 50, the 200, and then it jumps to 2 terabytes. So if you have more than 200, your only choice now is 2 terabytes. Okay. So let's look at the cost here for those different plans of iCloud storage. So it's $1 a month for 50, 200 gigabytes for $2.99, and 2 terabytes for $9.99, and there is tax added to that. So I think on the 200 gigabyte plan, I'm paying $3.25 a month when you include the tax. So how do you get to see this? So here is a caveat. You need Big Sur, which is macOS 11.1 or later. So you need to be on Big Sur to have the Apple One bundle, or on your iPhone you need to be on iOS 14. On your iPad you need to be on iPad OS 14, and on your Apple TV box you need to be on tvOS 14. So let's see how you might turn on the Apple One bundle on your Mac. So here are the instructions. You go to System Preferences, you go to your Apple ID, and then you go to Media and Purchases. Then next to Subscriptions, you click on Manage to open the Apple One, and that opens it in the App Store. And then you choose the plan, and look, you can get a free trial for 30 days and try all this out to decide which ones you like and which ones you might or might not want to subscribe to. So let's see how that works. So here we are, and we're going to go up here to the Apple logo in the upper left-hand corner, and we're going to slide down to System Preferences. And there they are. So then we're going to go over here to the Apple ID logo, the black square with the white Apple logo. Click on that. And then down here on the left panel, you see media and purchases. So we click on that. We slide right over to subscriptions here at the bottom of the right panel. Click on manage. And if I am fortunate, the Apple One option appears. The reason I say if I'm fortunate is that when I did this through in my run through it a few minutes ago, it wasn't there. But it is now. So that's a good thing. Okay, so this is where you control all your subscriptions. We'll talk about that a little bit while we're here. So these are my subscriptions. So it shows when your subscriptions expire. So I have my robocall killers. I'm a little overbought here or there, but you can see my Nomo Robo will expire in October. I have switched over primarily to the Robo Killer, which is good until next February. And then if you want to change any of these, you just click on Edit, and then you can choose to subscribe monthly or yearly, or you can cancel your subscription. So that's how that works. And then you click on the back button here in the lower left-hand corner, and we're back. Okay, so that's how your subscriptions work. And we are actually in the App Store. Even though we went here through System Preferences, we are actually in the App Store now. So here's our Apple One logo, and we can click on Try It Now, and you will see the 3 plans. So the individual, the family, which is good for 5 people, and the Premier, which is also good for 5 people. So you might think about that. Who else could I employ? I guess that's a good word. So let's see, 5 into $30 a month comes out to what? $6, I think. I'm not good at on-the-air math, so if that's not right, let me know. So when you look at it that way, you split this between 5 people. Notice it says people here, it doesn't say family members. Then you got a smoking deal. And of course, when you want to start your free trial, which I haven't done yet, but I plan to, because I want to give you a thorough review on Apple Fitness. So one little caveat, we're big on caveats today. One caveat on Apple Fitness is it requires an Apple Watch. So that, unless they have changed it real recently, that is something you should be aware of. You need an Apple Watch to do Apple Fitness, so that might color your decision a little bit. So that is how you can get to try the Apple One bundle for 30 days at no charge. So we have some questions here. So Chris says, for your very favorite artists, we can still buy their latest albums directly from their websites. Often they may sign a CD or include a handwritten thank you note. Well, that's good to know. So if you still like to have that physical media that you can hold in your hand, and you can also put into a CD DVD player and import it into your music, formerly known as iTunes, then that's another way to go. And Gretchen asks, how do I know how much cloud storage I need? Well, that's a good question. So if we go back here to our system preferences and we go to iCloud, so you see iCloud, Gretchen, right here on the left. We click on iCloud and you get this graph here at the bottom. So when you mouse over these different colored bars in this bar chart, you notice that I've got photos and videos taking up 34 gigabytes. I've got backups taking 27 gigabytes. I've got mail, which is slightly different blue, which is 10 gigabytes. I've got documents, 7 gigabytes, messages, 2 gigabytes, and then I have 117 gigabytes available out of my total 200. So when you see this gray area and there's lots of space there, then you have enough space. Also, Apple will remind you when you're running low on space. They'll send you little pop-up messages, so you don't have to worry. They'll let you know. And then if you need more, you would go to Manage right here in the lower right-hand corner, and then it will allow you to buy more storage. You notice up here, I want this to load first so you can see. So this is just another depiction of what apps or functions are taking up how much space. Then if you need to buy more space, you click here in the upper right hand corner. You see I'm in the 200 gigabyte plan for $2.99 plus tax a month, and the only place I can go is to the 2 terabyte plan, which is $9.99 plus tax a month. And actually, if you find out that you don't need a whole lot, you can downgrade as well. But normally that's not going to happen. So hopefully that answered your question. If not, let me know. And Leslie Ann says, why do I need iCloud with my external drives? Well, you just fell into the trap, Leslie Ann, of me explaining the 3, 2, 1 backup strategy. And that's basically not putting all your backups in one chicken. So 3 backups, 2 different kinds of media, and 1 off-site. So the first problem with your 2 drives, one is Time Machine and one is Carbon Copy Cloner, is that when an A10 lands on your house, those are all wiped out along with your Mac and you don't have any backups. So that's why you want to have an off-site backup. Now, that's interesting. Let's just look at this real quick. Can't manage your storage at this time. Wait a moment and then try again. So, sad to say, Apple has been having a few problems lately with their servers, which we commonly call iCloud. And in my professional opinion, it's because they are so huge. They have so many users, and there's just a whole bunch of moving parts, and some of them get smashed together with other parts, and they stop working until they fix them. So just be aware that when you're trying to use some Apple service and it's not working, then it may not be your fault. So you can wait an hour, a day, and then probably it will work the next time you try it. And okay, so that's another thing. So the other thing, Leslie Ann, to continue answering your question, is the other issue with Big Sur and Monterey, the new operating system coming here shortly, next month we think. Carbon Copy Cloner is not going to work anymore. So that now you only have a Time Machine backup. So we recommend Backblaze as a backup service. So it's a completely separate company from Apple. It backs up everything on your drive and any drive connected to your Mac. It won't do two Macs, but it will do everything connected to one Mac. So you could have a stack that high of hard drives, and it will back it all up for $60 a year. So that's what I recommend for the off-premise backup. That's the 1 and the 3-2-2-1 backup strategy. So hopefully that answers that. So Chris thinks that Apple Fitness can do some basic stuff without the watch, so that's good. So when I do my review on Apple Fitness, we will include what can and can't be done without an Apple Watch on Apple Fitness. So Gretchen says, are the docs, pics, music on my computer automatically stored in the cloud, or must I direct them there? I have over 13,000 photos. I would like to get off all my devices. Okay. So Gretchen, the way that works is that if you go to, well, let's just go back here. We have it on the screen. So you notice down here at the bottom, and this was checked, it says optimize Mac storage. Okay, so what it does is, as it says here, the full contents of iCloud Drive will be stored on this Mac if you have enough room. Other documents will be stored only in iCloud when space is needed. In the case of pictures, they give you a thumbnail, a small representation of your picture, and then if you want the actual picture at full quality, you click on it and it downloads it from the cloud immediately. So that's the way that works. So if you have any more questions about that, let me know and we can dive into it. So Betty would like to know, do you really need to have your email saved in iCloud? Well, Betty, that is the only place your emails are saved, unless in your mail app you are putting them into a folder under the heading that says on my Mac. So if you're not saving emails on my Mac, your emails always have been, always will be in iCloud. That's where they are. So they're not actually on your computer unless you do something intentional to save them there. So that's the way email works. So if you hear a lot of noise in the background, that's the FedEx truck bringing me food. Okay, Susan mentions, why won't Carbon Copy Cloner work with Monterey? Will they be making changes so it'll work later with Monterey? Well, Susan, we certainly hope so. Stay tuned, because the final word is out on what's going to happen to Carbon Copy Cloner. This is all tied into Apple's new Apple file system and the changes they're making to make it more secure. And unfortunately, they have locked out the Carbon Copy Cloner software and the other software, which is called, can never remember the name of that. I'm sure Bob or somebody's going to tell me, that makes a clone of your computer. So we will hope that somebody does that, because that's an essential service, I think, especially if you have an older Mac. So if you have an older Mac, you're not running Big Sur probably, and if you have an older Mac, that would probably be a good reason not to run Big Sur, because when you have an older Mac, your internal drive could die if it's more than 3 to 5 years old. As the manufacturers tell us, their hard drives only last 3 to 5 years. Then you want that Carbon Copy clone, so if the internal drive dies, you can just boot from the clone and you are back in business. So that's why Carbon Copy Cloner is so important for an older Mac. So Susan thought that you had to specify that your documents get saved in iCloud. So yes, we were just talking about mail, Susan. So yes, you have to specify that your documents are stored in iCloud. But here's the deal. When you install, starting with maybe Monterey, not Monterey, starting with Mojave, and especially, definitely with Catalina and Big Sur, when you do the initial install, there's a little checkbox that's already checked by Apple saying, put my documents and my desktop in iCloud. And if you don't uncheck that box, your documents and your desktop are already in iCloud. So we can transfer them back down to your computer, but if you didn't catch that, then, and I usually turn that off when I do the migration for you, then you do have documents and desktop in the cloud. And Gretchen says, so they're not automatically stored in the cloud. You must direct them there. So yes, exactly right. But again, it's that little checkbox when you first installed the last 3 operating systems that has to be unchecked, or you might find that they are in the cloud. Thank you, Chris. Super Duper is the other clone software besides Carbon Copy Cloner. So any more questions? So I saw this picture yesterday on Nextdoor, of all places, and I just thought it was so pretty. And the photographer, whose name is Becky Rowland, took this of a sunrise, and she is on the west side of the Tucson Mountains. So that's the Tucson Mountains at sunrise. So I thought that was pretty nice. So I thought I would share that with you guys. And you may be seeing that again, depending on where you hang out tonight. Okay, I don't see any other questions. If we get any more in as we bring this to a close, I will certainly put them up. So don't forget, please subscribe so that you get notified when we have a YouTube video up there, and click on the little bell, which is right down there by the subscribe button. And that's how you get notified. And if you haven't already told one other person about Go for Lunch, please forward the GoFor Gazette, which comes out every Monday morning at 7 o'clock, to somebody else you know that uses Apple products, so we can help them too. And we'd like to reach 100 subscriptions, because then magical things happen at YouTube that gives us more features and easier ways for you to get to our YouTube channel, like a custom URL. So if you have any ideas for things you'd like to know about, like which of the Apple services maybe you want to know more about, please send me an email or give me a telephone call. And those contact information, my contact information will be coming up on a screen momentarily. So until next week, don't drown, turn around.